Ryan, I want to thank you for coming to camp. My name is Thad Johnson with ABC, and I'll be doing your pitching lesson here today. First thing we want to talk about is your setup on the mound. And what we're looking at here is I'm putting a line down that facing of that rubber, and then I want you to notice the distance, okay, between your foot and that rubber. Your back foot's in a good position, but it needs to be butted up against that mound or against that rubber so you can use it to push off. So you just need to be aware of where you are on the mound as you get up there and you approach the rubber and address the rubber. You just need to just jam that foot right there up against it so you can use it to push off. Okay. Now we're going to move to balance position, and all good pitchers, what they do is at the top, whether they have a short leg or a high leg lift, um, they all of them will get over their back foot. Okay, and so as we move forward in your delivery, you never really have a load. I mean, you're just lifting your heel up off the ground and going. And as you can see, there's no load. Okay, so you're not going to create any type of momentum to release when you get out there to foot strike and want to rotate and turn through the baseball. So what I recommend doing, Ryan, is taking that knee and that foot and just give me a lift up to the belt, and lift that knee in the direction of your right hip, okay, or bring that knee and bring it up towards your belt buckle. If you were wearing pants, just to feel yourself get back, and as you lift, you want to feel all that momentum just stay on that backside. Um, as you get older and runners start leading off and that whole thing, you can work on lowering it. But the first thing you want to do is just really feel a sense of balance, feel a sense of power at the beginning of the delivery. So we'll move on. We'll move on to the directional phase, and we talk about what happens when our foot hits the ground. And at foot strike, what you can see is if you look at your profile here, you're leaned out over your front side. The top of your upper torso is well out over your front leg. Okay, your front side has started to open up just a little bit early, and you got a real high, okay, back elbow. Your back elbow is a little bit up on the high side. Might be a future arm injury, waiting if you don't fix that. But I feel like if you stay behind your belly button and you work on keeping your chin, okay, behind your belly button, what it's going to do, it's going to lower your arm a little bit. It's going to take a lot of the pressure off. But your head needs to be, a little bit more in this area right here, okay, where your chin is on that line. That's going to keep your weight on your backside. It's going to lower your top half, or lower the back side of your top half, and it's going to get all that weight again. It's going to get all that weight on the back side. You do a decent job of striding in line towards the target. That's one thing you want to still do. I feel like if you have a better balance position and you lift your leg a little bit higher, you're going to be able to get out to a longer stride. Um, you're really going to be able to drive through the pitch as opposed to just stepping and throwing and looking very, very, you almost look too careful on your throws. Another thing to note is the the glove placement, okay, in regards to the foot placement. Ideally, you'd like to see them be straight up and down together. And as you can see, yours, you got a little bit of a again, you got a little bit of a angle to your approach here, all due to the fact that you're leaning over. Your top half is leaning over, so that's one of the biggest things you need to work on. What I would do is I'd get yourself into a knee drill. Best drill you could do would just be a knee drill where from this position right here, Ryan, you're just going to go ahead and take your knee and bring it to the ground. Okay, this will be a one knee drill, so you'll just sink that right knee into the ground, and I want you to work on just keeping your top half level, okay, upright, shoulders level with the ground. Um, and think about what I said about keeping your chin behind your belly button, or just in line with your belly button, so the rest of your head is behind the belly button as you move forward. And what you're going to find is as you rotate and throw from a knee, you should just think about getting your chest forward, okay, getting your face forward out over your front leg, and then rotate and throw the baseball. But it's a real simple drill. You start to back up the distance, increase the distance on your throws, um, and your top half is going to want to lean over, and you're going to start feeling that imbalance in your throws a little bit, which is, you'll be able to self correct it. So that's the one drill that I think you really need to do. And then just finish through the pitch. When we get out to this release point, your glove, you're just really losing your front side. Your glove gets out here, okay. It should be being tucked right to your chest, okay, and you shouldn't allow it to get off behind you. And if you tuck that glove to the chest, what happens is you can really drive through the pitch with your lower half. But again, all this stuff happens because of a lack of a lack of a balance point at the beginning, a lack of getting any momentum built up. You just kind of just step and throw. You need to lift the leg, and it'd be amazing to see what happens if you just lift that leg up before you break your hands. So Ryan, I want to thank you for coming to camp. I hope you learned a little bit here today, and you can take some of these things with you and make your delivery a little bit better.